Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well today. And before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. The first signs for Mark weren't dramatic. There were no sudden collapses, no fainting spells. Instead, it felt like his strength was slowly leaking away, leaving him drained even after ordinary days. He found himself lingering at rehearsals longer than needed, then resting outside the studio, bent over with his hands on his knees, wondering how simple Tuesdays had begun to feel like marathons. Mark had always been a man of motion, built on schedules, rehearsals, meals in the kitchen, and little family routines that kept life steady. Around him, Kelly moved like a calm tide, both grounding him and guiding him forward. Together, they had weathered the chaos of rumors and the spotlight, balancing wit with tenderness in the home they built. Their humor, coffee, and unspoken shorthand were the glue of their marriage. So when he finally confessed to Kelly that he had been feeling off for weeks, she listened with the deep attention of someone who loves fully. At their kitchen island, sunlight pooling on the counter, he tried to ease the heaviness with a joke. Kelly laughed, though cautiously, and then leaned in. "You're getting this checked," she said firmly. Mark bristled at her decisiveness, but deep down, he knew he was weary of ignoring the truth. The first tests were vague, numbers that hinted at concern but gave no answers. Hospitals blurred into one memory of worn magazines and humming vending machines. When the specialist finally delivered the diagnosis, his tone was careful, professional, but the word itself landed with brutal weight. It was foreign, heavy, and suffocating on Mark's tongue. This illness would not shrink or glorify him. It would simply change everything. Conversations now carried caution. Their children's voices held shades of worry. The family calendar shifted to accommodate medical visits. Kelly threw herself into action, learning medical terms like scripts, researching late into the night, and asking doctors pointed questions that demanded better answers. Yet, in the quietest hours, she chose presence over words, resting beside him, her hand tracing his tattoos, as if mapping out hope. They decided together how much to reveal. In the past, they had guarded their privacy from the media, but now they needed to walk a finer line. Their team suggested statements, advocacy angles, or selective leaks. Mark and Kelly refused to turn his illness into gossip fuel. Instead, they released a simple, honest message, enough to inform, to shield their kids, and to raise awareness without melodrama. The world reacted instantly. Fans sent love, strangers offered prayers, headlines twisted the story into countless variations. Their home became both safe haven and spotlight. Still, the couple remained steady, determined to live this on their own terms. Treatment became routine. Appointments, procedures, and side effects that wore down his body. Some mornings he barely recognized his reflection, but Kelly's face always anchored him. The same face that loved him before, during, and beyond the illness. Anger sometimes flared at biology, at unfairness, at careless headlines. Kelly channeled her frustration differently, throwing herself into plans, rearranging schedules, or insisting on stolen moments of joy like a spontaneous day trip. Through it all, there were bright moments. Kelly would sit on his bed, reading aloud old comedy sketches or poems to make sterile hospital rooms feel like home. Their children, now older, faced the reality with pointed questions, but also resilience. They still had soccer games, school projects, and small milestones that reminded both parents of life's steady rhythms. Friends and colleagues showed up too, some with meals, others with memories or simple offers to cover his workload. The industry, often harsh, revealed its softer side in these moments of solidarity. Progress was inconsistent. Some scans brought relief, others setbacks. But Mark began to see clearly. This illness was now part of his story, but it didn't define the whole script. He imagined himself back on stage one day, or maybe on a new kind of stage, living with the balance of defiance and grace. Above all, he learned to treasure the small lights in the darkness, laughter with Kelly, the resilience of his kids, and the comfort of friends. Illness had changed the rhythm of their lives, but it hadn't stolen their song.